Hey guys, what's going on? It's King Clutch here, and today guys, we're back on the NBA 2K20. I hope you guys are having a great day. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to build Damian Lillard here in NBA 2K20. Guys, we're going to get right into this. You're going to make this build here a point guard. Now this build overall can be like a deadly offensive build. That's more what it is known for. And you know, Dame doesn't have any defensive badges on his actual player for 2K20 this year. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to build this. Now, real quick, I just want to say this build is kind of like, it's hard, it hurts my heart. I'm a big Westbrook fan. I'm not mad, but I'm a little bit salty, you know, about that shot he hit over Paul George. I remember I was watching the game live. I was in awe, so upset, like, and I had to deal with like crap from people for like a good month, 2 months, and it still hasn't stopped. Like, it's all fun and games. But anyways, besides the point, for this build, for the skill breakdown, you're going to pick the finishing and the shooting pie chart for this. Obviously, Dame, he's more known for his shooting, but he can obviously drive extremely well. He can dribble as well, but he's mainly known for his shooting, but offensively, he's extremely well-rounded. So we're going to go with the finishing and the shooting pie chart for this build. Now, guys, for the physical profile, I feel like for any type of slashing build, there is one that you're going to pick. And again, for this guard build, you could pick two. It'd be the main speed or the main vertical and the speed. I'm going to go with the vertical and the speed. You want your vertical to be high on a build that you're going to be slashing with, because you want to be able to jump, you want to be able to possibly get rebounds, jump over people, all that kind of stuff. So you're going to want to go with this one here. And the difference between these, there's a 4 difference in speed and then a difference of 4 vertical as well. So really, I would suggest just go with the vertical and the speed. You can definitely go with the pure speed pie chart if you're more, you know, tailored toward the speed, you know, being a little bit quicker, you have 4 more speed. But your vertical does take a pretty big hit of 13 there. So we're going to go with the speed and the vertical pie chart, guys. For the potential for this, there's a few ways you can do this. This is more personal preference. I'll show you guys two ways that you could possibly do this. So what you could want to do, you're going to max out your driving dunk, your driving layup, your close shot. Now, this is one way you can do this. You can max out all your finishing stats, take the post hook down to a 77, and then also you're going to max out all of these the shooting categories here. Max out all the shooting, and then take your post fade. You can take your post fade up to an 80. Just leave your post fade at an 89. Any of these, you can touch your 3-point shot, but you're not going to do that. Then also, you're going to want to max out your pass accuracy, your ball handle, and then this is my preference. You can max out your post moves if you want, and then you can upgrade your perimeter to your lateral quickness, and then your steal. You have a 38 steal, which isn't too high. I know I'd like it to be a little bit higher, but this way you have the most playmaking badges, and as well as finishing and shooting badges. Now, you could do it this way, and this is the way I'm probably going to do it, but there also is this option. You can take your post hook down and your standing dunk down. Also, you could lower your post moves, and I'm just going to leave this. And then you could upgrade your steal and then upgrade your defensive rebound, and really you could take all of these off your post moves and throw all of these here, and then you'd get 8 defensive badges. Now, I'm not going to do it this way just because Dame doesn't have any defensive badges on his actual build, but this is a good way to do it if you want more of a well-rounded build. This is another good option. I'm going to go for the more offensive rounded one though, but this one is also very good, so I'm going to go ahead and take this defensive rebound down and upgrade the rest of these stats. This is what we're going to finish with. We're going to finish with 21 finishing badges, 21 shooting, 17 playmaking, 1 defending, and again, you could do the other more, I guess, balanced build option if you want the defensive badges. That's another really good option, but for me, I'm going to go with this to keep it as close to Dame as we possibly can. Then for the body shape, I'm just going to go with solid. Again, this doesn't matter. Whatever your personal preference is, go ahead and go with that. Now, for the height, guys, if I was making this build more for a park build, I would go 6'3" or higher. You could go 6'4", 6'5". 6'5" is probably the best height for this build. You'd get your contact dunks at a 97, I think, or maybe 96. I can't remember. Whenever you get +2 to get your driving dunk up to an 85. But what I'm going to do is Dame, he is 6'2", so I'm going to put this build at 6'2", just to make it as close to Dame. But I would suggest going a little bit. I'd go 6'3" or higher. That's just my opinion. I wouldn't make this build 6'2", but you're more than welcome to. It's a good option. So you can definitely go 6'2" if you're more towards getting it closer to Dame, but I would probably go higher. I'm going to go 6'2" just for Dame. Damian Lillard's weight is listed as 194 pounds, I've seen 195. Either way, you can definitely go with that. I'm not going to, though. I'm going to go, just for this build in general, I would say go 186, because that way you're getting a +1 to your lateral quickness, your excel, and your vertical. You don't lose anything, so I feel like 186 is better than going a little bit higher, because then you tank your vertical and things like that a little bit. So we are going to go with the 186-pound build there. We're going to get a +1 to lateral quickness, excel, and vertical. Now for the wingspan, guys, Dame's wingspan is 79.75 inches, so that would be like closest to this one here. For this build though, what I would do is minimize it no matter what height you make the build. Your defensive stats for this build really don't matter. That's not what you're focusing on. This way you'll have, 85 for my mid-range shot, 83 for my three-point, my ball handles up to an 87. So overall, that's just really, really good ball handling for this build. So I would suggest minimizing it just to make your ball handle as good as possible, as well as your three-point shot and your shooting stats in general. Your strength is a little bit of a boost, but not necessarily. Your strength doesn't matter too much. But I would go with the minimum wingspan for this build. And now guys, you're gonna get 4 takeover choices, and really I think for this build in general you can pick any of these. You could pick any single one. I would say if you want to, obviously pick playmaking takeover, you're going to be dribbling the ball, and this is, if you're making the 6'2", you're most likely going to be your main guard, so you could easily pick playmaking takeover. But I would probably suggest spot up shooter, shot creating, or slashing. Shot creating takeover is a great pick for this build. Same thing with slashing and really sharpshooting, spot up shooter. All of these are good. I feel like the cheesiest one would be the slashing takeover, but really shot creating is probably what I'm going to go with. That I feel like that represents Dame the most. He can, do a lot of runners. He can hit from deep. He can slash. He can do a little bit of everything. So this way, the shot creating takeover seems to, justify that the most with all aspects of scoring, but really slashing takeover, spot up shooting, and playmaking. These are all good options. It really more depends your play style. I personally would probably pick the slashing takeover, but I'm going to go shot creating for this build, guys. But you could go ahead and pick whatever play style you feel like you like the most for this build. We're going to go with the shot creating takeover, guys, for this build. We're going to get an offensive threat that's similar to Trae Young, Derrick Rose. We're going to get an offensive threat. Now, I know it doesn't say Damian Lillard. I really don't care much about that. If I tweak with the statistics, it does say Damian Lillard. I'm to the point where I don't really care. I feel like this represents Dame pretty well, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys the badges I would put on this build. First, I guess I'll do this single defensive badge. I'm going to put it on Intimidator. You can put it on Clamps, though. Again, that's more personal preference. Dame doesn't have any defensive badges on his players, so we're just going to go with the Intimidator badge there. Now guys, for these playmaking badges, I'm going to put Handles for Days on gold, Quick First Step on gold, Space Creator on gold. I want Unpluckable, Tight Handles, Stop and Go all on bronze as well. And then really, if you were to run this at the 1, but you had somebody else, they'd probably use Floor General if they're getting Hall of Fame playmaking badges, is what I would do. So personally, I wouldn't put Floor General because it can't get up to Hall of Fame. The other things I would do, if you pick playmaking get Ankle Breaker. If you don't, I would not get it. I would put Bailout on silver or bronze. I'd put Dimer on silver, and I'd also put Downhill on silver. So this is probably what I would do for these playmaking badges, giving you gold Handles for Days, Quick First Step, Space Creator, silver Downhill, Dimer, and then bronze Bailout, Unpluckable, Tight Handles, and Stop and Go. But that way you'll be able to dribble really well. Downhill will help with your speed, and Dimer will help you pass to other people, and hopefully they'll make the shots. Now, for these shooting badges, guys, I'm going to put Quick Draw on silver. Again, that's my opinion. You could put it wherever you'd like, whatever you're used to for your quick draw speed. Dame's obviously going to have range extender on Hall of Fame. Everyone knows the shot he hit over Paul George. Like, there's not anyone that doesn't know that, so you're obviously going to put that there. I'd put Deadeye on Hall of Fame as well, along with difficult shots. Then you have these other spots left. Now, I'm going to put Catch and Shoot on bronze just to have it. I feel like for this build, you could at least put it on bronze, and that way it'd help to have it instead of not have it and not need it. Also, I would put Hot Zone Hunter here on gold. I'd put Grain Machine on gold. But you could really put that on bronze, then put a Hot Zone Hunter on Hall of Fame if that's what you'd like to go with. But this is probably what I would do for these badges. And also, like, he would obviously have Clutch Shooter, but you really won't use that for this build in general. Unless maybe you're playing Rec, you could possibly use it. Maybe put it on bronze just to have it. This is what I would do for these shooting badges for this Damian Lillard build, guys. And now for the finishing badges, I'm going to put Contact Finisher on Hall of Fame, Giant Slayer on silver, Fancy Footwork here on gold. I'm going to put Relentless on silver, Slithery on silver, Consistent on silver, and then Acrobat I'm going to put on bronze. Now we have these 5 left. Now what I would suggest with these, if you're picking a slashing takeover, I would probably maybe put Showtime on here or Fast Break Finisher to help you get your takeover quicker. That would definitely help for this, and it could work, I guess, for your for this build being a shot creating takeover. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put Fancy Footwork up to Hall of Fame along with Consistent Finisher, and then really you could throw on another one of these on Hall of Fame or 2 of them on gold. I'm going to put Giant or Slithery Finisher on gold along with Relentless. This is probably what I would do for these finishing badges, guys, for this Damian Lillard build. I feel like overall this build offensively is great. Obviously, defense is where this build lacks. But with the Damian Lillard build, you kind of would expect, obviously he can play defense, but for this build, it's extremely hard to, but I did show you guys that option if you want to take a little bit of hit in your offensive badges and get, I think it was 7 more defensive badges or 6 possibly. Overall, that could definitely, you know, get a more well-rounded build if that's what you're going for. I would probably make this build anything higher than 6'3" if you're going to make it for park play, but if you want to get like towards Dame, just make him 6'2". That's the actual height. If you guys did enjoy this video, please subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be doing more player builds like this. But anyways, guys, it's been King Clutch here. Hopefully get into the video. Anyways, have a great rest of your day and peace out, guys. Thanks.